How we all doing? I hope we've all had a decent trading week so far. I know this week has been consolidative and we've just been tightening the whole range, just between the range of last week, right? And we haven't really had any expansion. So I hope if you're taking trades, you're very careful. Personally, I've just been sitting on my hands and nothing, no setup yet, nothing really to do, which is fine. It's good to have days like this. It helps us to reflect, to practice, to sharpen our skills, to get ready and gear up for the big moves that are coming. Because as we know, when market is slowing down, it's gearing up for something big. So let's see how market wants to behave today, and let's see if we can spot some opportunities. But guys, we're not forcing things. We're just looking at the market, seeing what is doing at the moment. That's just all it is. Okay, so coming to the daily, as you can see on Euro USD, we know, okay, we've had this bullish leg up, and now we've been consolidating after sweeping this low. Then we had this bullish like order flow right into this supply level right here. So we've just been consolidating right between this supply level and this demand level right here on the daily, right? So that's just basically it. So nothing too interesting. Okay, so everything you want to do, right, is just okay. So you could work with this, right? Sweep of this high, you find that sell, right? We spoke about it on Monday, right? You could find that sell to take out this news low on Friday, which happened, and now you could look for that buy. Now we have this V-shaped reversal, right? And then these are fractal high, fractal broken. Perhaps you could look for that buy to take out this like descending highs, right? Test the high again. So right, that's after we've swept this low, right? So these are like positions that you can be looking for on just ranging positions, one to two quick, one to two. Don't get too greedy about it. Be cautious. I would personally not just watch. I would just personally watch this because I don't like the whole price action. Like, look at what you're trading on the daily, right? You just this barcode. And this is literally barcode. You're just trading barcodes. I'm not interested in trading barcodes. So I'll just let it go rather, So I mean DXY, right? The dollar index. With the dollar index, we're just I mean fractal wise, we're bullish. Right, so we have this fractal break high and then fractal break low, right? It's just quite confusing at the moment. So we swept this low and now we pushed up. So we're just nothing too interesting on the dollar index also. So this was that Powell announcement, like the low, right? So it, this was the high and there's the low, right? So we served this low and now we came into this high. Now it's just pushing market lower. So I mean nothing too interesting. If you come to GU was still looking a bit more interesting. And so if we see this, right? So we had this sweep of this low, then we pushed up. Now we've started to retrace, right? Into what? Into the supply level. Right? We came to the supply level, boom, and then there was our change of character. We had our change of character. Okay, so this was our high. So yeah, we just push up and then yeah, I mean if this is your cup of tea, I mean, I wish you good luck, but for me, I would just rather not. Like, I don't think you see, you don't have to trade every day, right? You don't have to trade every week. You don't have to trade every time. Protecting our capital is our first job, right? That's the first job that we have. Protect your capital. You that protected your capital can grow the capital when there is opportunity, when there's ample opportunity to take it. But you that don't protect your capital, you cannot grow it. You understand? Like if your capital is already depleted, what are you gonna grow? taking stupid bad trades. Trust me, sometimes like if you take a trade and it's going in profit, running in profit, you're in that one trade for 2 weeks or something, right? It runs a profit, for example, you get like a 1 to 4, right? Just an example. It could be way more than that, of course, but just an example, you get a 1 to 4. Trust me, if you've taken probably like 5 6 trades in the span of those 2 weeks, you might not be at a 1 to 4. The likelihood of you being at a 1 to 4 are in that time is actually lower than you just being in that one trade. You get what I'm saying? So that's the point. Sometimes inactivity is what we need. Learn to sit in silence, learn to observe your impulse and watch them as they come, and learn to not control them but learn to be at peace with them, and knowing, okay, these are just thoughts, these are just emotions, I don't have to act on them, right? They don't control you. You don't control them, they don't control you. They just come, they just go. AU. Okay, so with AU, right? I mean, what can we say? So you retrace into this imbalance right here. There's also this daily area of supply. Now we're in this imbalance, right? And I saw that on Monday, so I was not really interested in trading it. But the thing with this area is, okay, it took liquidity, pushed down, which is a strong zone, has liquidity below. So we can see once we came in here, we started to consolidate, early sellers taking out. So let's see if we start to see that fractal structure shift and sellers starting to come into the market, then we can start to look for lower prices to this news low on Friday, very last week news low, so we can expect that to be taken out. So that would be our target. Let's see if he gives us that. Okay. NU not really interested at the moment, not making connections with the supply levels above it, so I would just watch it, see what it wants to do, and I would just rather sell. But if we look at what's happening at the moment, you can just see we're having this consolidated price action. We had this push up, then we're having this consolidated price action, so we could have that breakout to either side, maybe perhaps to the, I would like to see higher prices on NU, so perhaps to the highs, and let's see what happens from then on. Okay, so with NU, as you can see, we're in a range. We had like this range high, grab like all this liquidity. Now we came here, grab the lows, so we can start looking for higher prices once we start to see buyers stepping into the market. And so, right, so with gold, I mean, we've been in this, I mean, I hope some of us are still holding this position. We've been in here since last week Thursday, so it's a week now. So we're almost there. So yeah, I hope we get there today. Right, it's been good so far. Let's see. Hopefully we get there. All right. So uh, for new people, right? Let's analyze this trade. Our gold is in a range, right? In a range, I like to use my range tool to show my 0.25% level and 0.75% levels, right? I like to buy from 0.75, 0.25, and sell from 0.75 levels, right? Exactly. So we like to do that. Okay. So market market came into this demand area, which is also resting at the 0.75, 0.25 rather. Market came into this demand area where we had that liquidity taken out. It pushed up, right? Change of character. Now it came back into it. So okay, this is a strong area of demand because it took out liquidity. It caused break of structure and all of that, right? Beautiful, right? So once it came into, we wanted to go for, okay, now we're looking for further buys, right? So we took a buy position based on the change of character on the lower time frame. And if we, let's use this for a second. Now if you can see, right, it also coincides with 0.5, so it was also taken at a discounted level, right, and then trying to take it to the 0.75. So that was the goal. and now we can see, okay, market is making this ascending consolidated price action, but it's still slowly rising. So let's see if it rises to our TP, and we're just lucky, and that would be nice. So hopefully by today or tomorrow we can get there. I'll also looking at AUD position, right? We're looking for a potential buy on this position. Okay, why? Here we have that breakup structure, right? We have swing low to this high, right? Boom, right? So the thing is also we gotta be cautious. So we have here the 50% level, which coincides with this area of demand right here, which the monthly open is just resting right above it. So we'll have this imbalance area, which can also push markets up higher, but I'm waiting to see, may perhaps the early buyers will get taken out, and then we can come in here, react to this demand area which broke this market structure, right? So it's quite nice, it broke this structure, right, this internal structure. So it would be nice to see, and then perhaps by next week it might be ready. So let's not rush this. Okay, so thank you for your time. That's all we have for today. Have a wonderful day. See you tomorrow.